Thou shalt not test an ad platform for less than 2 months. That is commandment number 8 of the 10 commandments of internet advertising. Now, don't get hung up on the exact amount of time involved here. The basic idea is give an ad platform a couple of months before you decide it's not the right fit for your business. And there's a couple reasons for this. Reason number one is the algorithm takes some time to get dialed in. Now, the bigger your budget, the less time it takes in general. So you can speed it up by spending more money to some extent, but you're still going to have, especially if you're direct to consumer advertising, you're still going to have fluctuations week to week in terms of demand and how many people are interested. So you want to give it some time to kind of get a good average and to give the algorithm time to kind of get dialed in on what your typical customer profile looks like. The second reason is that sometimes, within each of these platforms, there are multiple types of campaigns that you can run or multiple approaches that you could take. And so if one approach is not working, and then you or your agency might want to try a different approach inside that campaign. So let's say I'm running a meta campaign. I'm doing a typical setup where somebody clicks on the ad, takes them to a page on your website, and from there they can go to the contact page and contact you, or however you have it set up on their website to opt in. It could just be a landing page where they fill out the form right on that first page where they land there. So let's say that for some reason your customers, your prospects aren't turning into customers. They're not going beyond that step because they don't like that the way you have it set up. Maybe for some reason they prefer to they need to chat with you before they're going to make a purchase. So maybe a messenger campaign would be a better one for them. So that's just an example of if something's not, like, after a month, you or your agency should have an idea whether there's potential on that platform. Okay, whether you're getting some level of engagement, some level of activity, how much your clicks are costing, what your CPMs are like, which is a fancy word for how many, or a fancy term basically for how much it costs to get 1,000 eyeballs on your stuff. And but in a couple months, that's a good time frame to give something a good solid test, and to figure out is like, okay, is this worth pursuing, or is this not worth pursuing? Now, I'm not a fan of just indefinitely spending money on a platform that's not working, because these platforms, not every platform works equally well for every business. Referring back to commandment number 7, I guess. So it's good to test multiple platforms, give them a fair test, and there's a bit more to it than that, which we'll get into in the next commandment.